Hi everyone, happy Friday. I have a recorded video for you today because we are on our way to London, England. The Stampin' Up! Incentive trip starts on Sunday morning. We are going on a cruise to Norway in the fjords, and I'm really looking forward to it because we've been doing crazy stuff like buying a house and getting all the stuff ready for that. So it'll be really nice to get a vacation in before all of that hits. But I didn't want you to miss out on Friday because I usually do a live on Friday. So this week and next week, I will have a recording for you. And this week, we are going to make this fun card with a little monkeys bundle. And it has this fun inside. So I'm going to show you how to make that from start to finish. And I will have a project sheet for you on Saturday. And if you want to get that project sheet, make sure you are a part of my email list. You can find the link below in the description of the video. Just expand that description and you'll find it. You'll also find a supply list below if you want to purchase anything to make this card. And I want to point out that when you're in the store and you are making a purchase, if you spend at least $50 with me and you add this host code right here, this one that starts with CC, during the month of May, I'm going to be sending you these tinsel gems. They will be in the mail to you in June. I mail them out from my place, so you won't get them as part of your order, but just as long as you use the code and spend $50, you will get those in June. So I'm just going to put those away, and I'm going to share with you how to make the card from start to finish. If you have any questions, please leave them below in the comments. And I will be back live. I'm just looking at my calendar. My next Friday live will be on June 2nd. But I will have a recording for you next week as well because I'll be gone for 2 Fridays on this trip. All right, let's get started, and I'm going to pop over to my other camera. Okay, let's take a little closer look at this card before I show you the supplies. So these little monkeys, I punched them out and mounted them on dimensionals, and then this, I kind of created a scene for the inside. Here is where you would write your message. I'm going to try and remember to add a white piece up top here so you have 2 spaces to write a message, because this inside makes the writing space a little smaller, but it's still such a fun surprise card. Make it for your little monkey or someone in your life who is just loves fun cards. This is just a nice wow card, and it's not hard to make at all. All right, let's talk about the supplies. I use the little monkey bundle. When you purchase the stamp set and the punch together as the bundle, you can save 10%. I also use, this is the Hello Irresistible Designer Series paper, and you will find this it's an online exclusive, so you won't find this in a catalog, but it is available in the store. Just look for the supply list down below and you can click and find it. This is a good backdrop to the monkeys because it's got a lot of muted tones and it's got some plant patterns that work well with the monkeys. I did use the banner's Pick-a-Punch on the front. I only used it for this little banner right here, but it will be in the supply list as well. And I will talk about the Stampin' Blends colors that I use as I am coloring, so you can see what I used and where. All right, let's get started with the card. And let's create that fold piece in the center, because I think that's probably what most of you will want to know how to make. It's not hard. I'm going to bring out my scoring board. The cool thing is the Designer Series paper, it comes already in 6x6, so you don't need to trim it down or anything. Just grab your favorite piece of 6x6 and use it. So we're going to start and put just one side up at the top, and we're going to score at the 3-inch mark right here. So we're scoring it in half, and then we're going to turn and score at the 3-inch mark. Now, the only thing that we have to do, one little thing where you don't nest this into the corner, we want to score on the diagonal. So this is the 6-inch score groove of my Simply Scored. When I got this, it will look like all the other score grooves. I just took a Sharpie and ran it along the 6-inch score mark. What this does, it allows you to be able to align the points accurately, because when you get down to here and you don't have this, it's very hard to figure out if you're pointing in the right score line. So if you darken your score groove, I don't know if you can see, but down at the bottom you can see how I've aligned that point right along the score groove. So make sure your top point is at the 6 and the bottom point is on your darkened score groove, and then go ahead and score all the way down. We just need to score on one diagonal, okay? So 3-inch on and 3-inch on both sides, and then one diagonal. All right, let's fold this into place. So we're gonna start by folding this in half. Let's see if I remember how to do this. Fold this in half again. All right, and then these are going to come in like this. Okay, the diagonal is coming in like this. So let's fold this in the opposite direction. Just make sure it's lined up. Okay, so now this piece will come in like this. Actually, you know what? This is going to be a little different because I just noticed that this is folded like this, so you're going to see this as the inside. So if you do that, if you fold it in the wrong direction, you can just fold it in the opposite direction. So fold it like this, fold everything in the opposite direction, okay, and then this diagonal folded like this, so you're going to fold this diagonal like that. It's good. I'm showing you how to correct a mistake, because you want to make sure whatever side you want to face. Now I'm like, aha, nope, I'm still folding it in the wrong direction. It goes like this. Okay, so now this pattern is the one that this is the pattern we're going to see when we pop this open like this. Okay, so the next thing we're going to want to do, I've got this piece propped. Let's grab a piece of soft seafoam cardstock. This measures 11 inches by 4 1/4, and I scored it in half at the 5.5 inch mark. And let's just go ahead and fold it in half. Open this up. This is going to glue into here perfectly like this, okay? If you want to add white cardstock to write on, now's the time to do that. So I've got 2 pieces of cardstock, and I'm going to do one at the top and one at the bottom. So this piece measures 3 3/4 by 5 inches. So let's just go ahead and put Chombo there. And we'll just pop this into place. And then we'll take the other piece. Pop it into place. Okay. So that's the inside of the card, and that's where you're going to write on. So now we need to add this piece. So you're going to put glue on this square and this square. But first, let's take a look quickly at how this comes together. So you want to make sure when you're gluing this down that you are a little bit below the score line. You don't want to be right on that score line because that's going to crunch the corner. So you just want it just right below that score line. And then when this closes, we're going to lift this up and it should all be glued together. So let's do one side first and get that arranged. So we'll put glue on one of the outer squares. Take a moment Make sure that's right below there, right below the score line. And then just arrange this so that your points need to be within the card base here. Okay, so just as long as they come in between here, that should work well. So now this top one will need to be glued down. So we'll put this glue on the top square. And the easiest way for alignment purposes is to just close your card. Just keep your thing pinned down here and then just close the card and give it a little press. And voila, your card now opens and closes with a pop-up. So let's finish off the inside before we move further. So I've got 2 squares of cardstock that are 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. These are going to be glued on the diagonal. So orient them on the diagonal so that you can get a good feel for how you're going to stamp them. I'm going to create 2 little scenes. I've got this, I'm going to do the top monkey first. So I'm going to just move this over here a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to take Memento ink and let's ink up this branch. And this one, I need a piece for the monkey to hang off of. So, you know, this is kind of crucial that we have this hanging monkey. So I'm just going to kind of orient this piece. Actually, you know what? I'm trying to think if it would be easier to stamp the monkey first. Let's do the monkey first. I stamped this card a couple of weeks ago, so I don't remember exactly what order I did it in, but the monkey needs to fit on here. So let's go ahead and make sure the monkey has enough room, and we've got enough room for a banana. Okay. All right. Let's grab the banana while we're at it. I'm inking off the side here, and I'm just gonna have the banana right there. Okay, so now it'll be easier to come in and do this branch. I'm gonna need room off of this side, I think. All right, so I'm aiming so that I have this branch and it's touching the tops of right here. Okay. So there is the first scene, and then we're going to do the second scene right here. So this one we also want this monkey on here. So why don't we go, we're going to do this monkey right here. Let's make sure the monkey can fit on here. So I'm going to just make this monkey, I'm trying to keep the bottoms of his legs parallel. Okay, we're going to come in with the branch right here. Pick this up. So this branch, got some black on my fingers. Make sure I didn't take the ink off. So this little guy, we could do the branch this way. No, we're going to do it this way. So the branch, this one is going to be on a bit of an angle. So I'll just do it like that. Okay. So my first one was just a little bit different of an angle, I think. Maybe not too much different. The main thing is the monkey needs to be on there. And then I'm just going to add this little banana onto there. Okay. So that's all there is to stamping. Just create a little scene. easiest to put the monkey on first because that way you know that the monkey's going to be on there. The branch can come off a little bit and that will be fine. So I've colored this monkey before on a card that I did on Tuesday, and I used the light Pebbled Path. I'm just going to add Pebbled Path ink to this monkey. And I like using a dark color for this hanging monkey because that way the overlap on the branch works, because the dark color will color over top of the overlap. So I just find that's kind of easy. So just follow the monkey's tail over and around. Got the little legs. And then we'll do the body. Let's use the brush. Oh, I forgot to do one of his arms. So I'm coming around here. Love how the blends just blend together those lines that overlap seamlessly. Okay, and then I need to do the arm once more. Okay, now we're going to do this other monkey. Do the tail. Do all the smaller things with the bullet tip first. We'll do the face, or the head. The face we're going to do in a different color just to do a lighter look. This Pebbled Path, I like it. It's kind of like a brown gray. It's got cool tones in it. And this is one of our in colors that just came on the market. We'll have it for 2 years. I really like this brown. It's kind of nice to have another neutral. And it's nice to have a neutral that's kind of got like a cool tone base rather than a warm base. And you're going to see just in a moment, I chose Pecan Pie to do the branch, which has a warm tone to it. So it plays off nicely with the monkey. All right, let's do the branch next. We'll do all our browns first. And this is Pecan Pie in light. And you can see right away that this has got a definite warm tone to it. Pecan Pie is a new core color, I believe. Am I lying? Yes, it's a new core color. I had to I'm still getting accustomed to all the colors, and I'm like, wait a minute, is it a core color or an in color? It is a core color. So the core colors are around for several years, and they sometimes stay for longer. We've had, our longest running color is Night of Navy. Okay. Then we're going to come in with Granny Apple Green. And I'm just going to hit those leaves with Granny Apple Green real quick. Okay. And then I'm going to do the monkey face in Petal Pink. Or choose whatever color you want. It's nice to have a bit of a contrast. And you know, I tend to go with kind of earth tones for the monkey, but I've seen monkeys done in all different colors. You don't have to do it in earth tones. Just do whatever makes you happy. Okay, I've got 2 in colors here. Not in colors. This is Daffodil Delight. I'm just going to do the banana and daffodil, and then I'm going to do the outer part of this banana in Daffodil Delight, and I'm going to do the inner part in Lemon Lolly. I don't know, I think I want to do, I did the peel all yellow, even though the inside of a banana is yellow. I'm just going to do it in the darker. I think I like the look of that. So there are the little monkeys. Now you might have noticed I did a little shading around these monkeys. So you can take a light color. Let me grab my soft seafoam light. And what you can do to pop the monkeys more is you can take your marker and you can take the brush tip, or if for a larger look, or you can take for a larger shadow, or you can take the bullet side. I like to take the brush side because it really comes on a lot more smoothly. And I just go around, all the way around the monkey. It gives it, I don't know, it just really pops everything. And like you might not even notice it, like, I'm just going to close this up for a second. You can see the slight difference, the slight shading on my left side versus the right side. You can just see that it's got a little bit of pop to it. So you can do that, or if you are in a rush, or if you don't love coloring, then don't do this. It's just like a little added detail, and it just helps pop out your design a little bit. You need to use a light color to do this because it is like a shadow. For this one, I chose to do soft seafoam because there's a lot of green, so it makes for kind of a good shadow effect for this scene. Also, you can use, I've used Smoky Slate. That's a very, sorry, not Smoky Slate. Yes, Smoky Slate. Smoky Slate, the light, makes a good neutral shadow. Or if you have a lot of sky, like if it's something like, say it's a butterfly in the sky, or even this monkey, you could do Pool Party. Pool Party looks really nice as a shading. Always use the light of the color because the dark is too dark. Now I did want to point out, just while I'm here, I have my Pecan Pie blends and I haven't put my labels on that yet. So why don't we do that right here? I want to show you my Stampin Blends Coloring Chart. You can find this down below in the description of this video or in the resources section on my blog. Download this page. It doesn't have any colors on it yet, and you can color it in and this will help you choose colors for your projects, and you just fill in the colors that you have, and then as you add more to your collection, you just continue to fill them in. And then I've got labels for the blends, so you can see right here I've got my Daffodil Delight all labeled. So let's go ahead and label Pecan Pie. So this was a full sheet of labels, and I just keep cutting strips for the ones I need. You need to cut them in those strips because we're going to use a punch to then punch them up. So I need to identify where Pecan Pie is. It's in this row. So let me do this so I can see better. I'm just kind of eyeballing it to make sure I'm cutting in between the rows. Okay, so now I can access, where's my Pecan Pie? Right here. And I'm just going to put this strip back in the back of my page protector so that if I'm labeling new colors, or I have a new color that, say my color ran out, then I will need to do new colors. Let me see. Oh, where is my little punch? I may have put it back on the shelf. I did. All right. Okay, so this is a little 3/8 inch circle punch. I'll leave a link for you for this punch down in the description of my video. I'm going to punch out the light pecan pie, just kind of center it. This font is all the same on my sheet because I like consistency. Then I'm going to take a mini glue dot and pop it right on the back of that. You can label both ends of your blends if you want to. I just label one. My sheet, you will have 2 of each color on each sheet. Grab my other pecan pie, my dark. I didn't use dark today, but I'm going to label it. And eventually I'll get all of these labeled. I want to do these online because I think it's so cool to be able to, you know, label all of my blends bit by bit. And now I've got some more labeled. And I want to just point out how cool it is to put those labels on the ends, especially if you have a holder where the ends stick out. It's very easy to see. And in any case, you will want to store your Stampin' Blends horizontally, not vertically. So they lay flat, and that will help keep them so that the ink doesn't run to one end versus the other. You want them flat so the ink stays where it's supposed to. Okay, so now we can take these cute little squares and just adhere them to the inside of the card. If you don't like cute things, I've seen this design done so many different ways. You can do flowers here, you can do die cuts. You don't have to do cute animals. I'm just on a little monkey kick. This one would be just a sweet card for a kid or someone who gets, like, if you're a cute animal person, and I know there's many adults that are, this is just a fun fold to have in the card. So let's take a look at how to make the outside of the card. Okay, so we're going to be now making this part. So I've got a piece of basic white, and this measures 3.5 by 4 3/4, and this measures 3 inches by, I need to measure this, 3 inches by 4 1/4. Okay, so I'm just going to adhere these 2 layers together. I'm using the same pattern of paper as on the inside. Okay, glue that down. And then I've got a little strip of paper, 2 7/8 by 1 inch. And I'm going to grab my punch. Let me punch first. Just need to punch on one end. We're going to use this banner punch. Slide this down to the end. Give it a little punch. Oh, that did not work out so well. Let's try that again. I think it was just a little bit wider than an inch. Let me just check that this one looks a little wider than an inch as well. So let's just cut this down just a little bit. Okay, now I have an inch wide, and I could use this other piece as a scrap piece, but the end doesn't look so nice, so I didn't want to use it for this card. So sometimes we do have to redo things. I did not have this all the way in. So let's see. This one, okay, this one is sliding in better. I may have had that one a little bit too wide. There we go. Now it looks perfect. And therefore it didn't sit in the groove very well. We're going to take Tuxedo Black again, and we're just going to stamp this kind of in the center. Okay. And then, oh, one more thing. You're going to want to stamp a couple of monkeys. And you want the one where you can punch out the monkey. So just go ahead. I'm going to put this on the end right here. You want to stamp two of them. I'm just going to show you how to do one of them because I've already prepped some monkeys for the front of the card for us. So you just stamp your monkey in tuxedo black. Use the punch and center this right on here. You can just make sure there's a white kind of all the way around that and then give that a punch. So you'll want two of those monkeys. And then you're going to color them in with the, where is it? With this one, which is Light Pebbled Path and light petal pink for the faces if you want to do them the same as mine. And then you'll get two monkeys that look like this. I did these ones earlier because we already did a lot of coloring on the inside and I didn't want to slow us down. Okay, so it's kind of easier to get everything assembled on here first before you glue it to the card. So let's just go ahead and do that. Let's grab our little label. I'll just put this, it's about 3/4 of an inch from the top. Going to grab some dimensionals. That's a nice thing about punching this out is that you can use dimensionals and make these pop up a little bit. All right. I have my card here for inspiration. This card's going to be the one that's, so remove the backings and I'm just gonna kind of angle this little guy over here. It's fun to angle it a little bit because it gives it a little bit of energy. And we'll put this monkey down here like that. And then finally I tied a little bow with linen thread earlier and we're going to put that right about here, right below the banner. And I'll put the knot right on that little dot of glue. Linen thread and baker's twine, you can usually glue on with just glue instead of a mini glue dot because the linen thread and baker's twine have fibers just like paper does, and those fibers get stuck in the glue and they usually stay on really well. In fact, I like to use glue on twine, linen thread and baker's twine more than I like to use mini glue dots because for this purpose I feel like it holds better. So then we're just going to take this and glue on here and make sure you've got your card facing the correct direction. Don't want to glue this on the back, and then just glue this down. And there you go. You've got a really fun card, and you can turn this card into whatever kind of card you want. You're swinging by to say hi. You can make it a happy birthday card. You can make it a congratulations card. This is just a fun card to have for many different occasions. Just customize the inside with a different greeting so that you know what the occasion is for. So coming back over to you guys, and I hope that you're having a great week. I hope you have a fabulous weekend. Don't forget, my project sheet will be mailed out on Saturday, and here is the host code again if you want to order any supplies to make this or any other project, and spend $50 with me using this host code, and you will get these gems mailed to you in June. So I have next week I will have a video that I will drop on Tuesday for my regular Casing Tuesday live, and then the following week I will also have a new video for you on Friday, because I'm going to be gone all of next week. But I will be back on, I'm just looking one more time over at my calendar. My next live will be on May 30th. So I hope to see some of you then. Have a great weekend, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.